everybody, this is the Flying Turk again with another review today. We have the LVFR or LVFR A340. This is an Airbus A340, as you guys can see. It's easily recognizable by the big text that states A340 or by the 4 engines, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. This was a very problematic plane which had takeoff issues just because of its smaller underpowered engines. It needed a very long runway to be able to take off. But honestly, it looks very beautiful in my opinion. LVFR did yet again an amazing job with modeling this plane into the game, or into the simulator to say so. Just like any other LVFR plane, we are getting the ground services with it through the electronic flight bag that's on board. We get the stairs, we get an AC unit, we have a GPU, we have the catering services up here. We also have the cargo loader on front and in the back, and we also have a smaller loader for the smaller baggage. And the A340 is easily recognizable by the 4 little engines it has. I think these are the CFM engines that are also on the A320 as well. Exactly, those are the CFM. These have the reverse thrust that pop out to the back, as you can see. I just love how the reverse thrust looks on these engines. This was just one of the reasons I had to get this plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just because of this. I got the A318 and I fell in love with how it looked, and I wanted it on a bigger plane as well. Really unnecessary, but here I am. That's why I'm reviewing this plane for you guys as well. This looks a lot similar to the A330 that was released before. The only real difference is the engines. The A330 and the A340 share the same body, only the first pylon, if I say it correctly, is used for a larger engine, and this one is just not used and it's flush with the wing. For the rest, it's exactly the same plane, guys. Let's see, it says Airbus Industries. Yeah, this livery I got from flightsim.to. It's not standard with the plane, but you can get it easily for free from the site. Let's move into our cockpit. As you can see, this is exactly the same as the A330. There is nothing different. We also have the jump seat here and the extra pilot seat here. We have an EFB here, just like in any other LVFR plane, or should I say iPad. Let's go to the main screen. Here we have charts, plan flight settings. These are all shortcuts, the things we have on the left. You can get your weather requests or weather data from this part. This is your Navigraph. If you have Navigraph, you can get your charts here. You can import SimBrief flight plans. You have a checklist in the EFB. We also have a performance calculator. These values are used to enter in the FMC or MCDU. We also have our ground services page. From here you can request pushback or the services. This is how pushback looks. This is services. These are all the things we have outside. If we slowly start clicking on them, on the red text, we are closing the doors and getting rid of them. And as you can see, there is nothing left. You can also open up doors by clicking on the exit signs. As you can see, they're opening up. Only this one did not want to work with me. Here we go. The emergency doors opened up as well. You can fully open up all the doors on this plane. Let's close them back up again. And they also have little animations that they open and close. Only they're still a little bit wonky. First they're slow and then they're very fast, but it just needs to work for me. I don't need the exact one-to-one replica plane in the game, at least not for this price point. And in the final menu in the settings one, here you can set your values, you can enter your SimBrief data, you connect the Navigraph, and you can choose panel states if you're lazy or if you just want to get this plane up and running as quickly as you can. You can go to cold and dark, on GPU, on APU, ready to taxi and ready to take off. The cockpit looks exactly like the A330, nothing is different here except for the thrust levers. We only have 4 levers here instead of 2 big ones. And we have the sunshades again. This is just like the A330, guys, nothing is different. Let's get rid of the lights.
Ground Arabia 304 with Golf, ready to taxi IFR. Arabia 304.
So you can see it from the outside as well. The engines have started when we have pressed the button. The only big difference from the A340 and the A330 is that this is a center wheel, which they've got rid on the A330. It seemed to be quite unnecessary, but I just love how it looks. It reminds me of the MD-11 or the DC-10 with that center wheel. Let's get our plane to the runway, and so you guys can see the takeoff performance. Honestly, if you ask me, guys, what I think about this plane, this is just a copy of the A330 with the 4 little engines added to it. It feels the same. It doesn't feel any slower than the A330, even though it should be. At least I think it should be. It's there's 4 underpowered engines compared to the 2 large Rolls-Royce engines the A330 has got. If you have the A330, it's definitely not a must-have, honestly. It would be easy to pass on this if you have that plane, because it feels the same, it handles the same, it only looks a little bit different. For me it was about the looks anyway, so I am not disappointed in any way, but I can imagine that some of you might be disappointed because it feels just like the A330. In general, it's an Airbus plane. They all are very similar, they act and feel quite alike. This is obviously a lot heavier than the smaller A318, 19 or 20 or even the 21, but this is very similar to the A330. Like those 2 planes and the other 4 have quite a big of a difference, but the A330 and A340, honestly I can't tell them apart by flight characteristics anyway. What makes Airbus planes easier to fly in my opinion is that they're all very similar inside the cockpit, in and out. So if you know how to handle the A320 that was standard delivered with the game, you will be able to control this plane easily as well. Only thing I like more about this plane, I've got to say, is the sound design. I think this just sounds a little bit better than the A330 that was released before. We'll do an outside view, as you can see, so you can have a better idea of the takeoff performance of this plane. Try to keep it centered, which is quite difficult in third-person view. Let's see, we're almost 160. Okay, here we should start pulling up. The landing gear is tilted a little bit. The animations are just amazing, cannot complain about this. LVFR does a good job with these kind of things. How the doors close up, how the middle door acts, how the flaps work. And these are your spoilers, by the way, if I did not show you. This is a very similar plane to the A330. I cannot tell them apart by flight performance, they feel the same. It's like I said, just like they've just switched up the engines and the sounds. For the rest, it's practically the same plane, but it's quite enjoyable to fly. If you are into flying Airbus planes, I think you will like this one as well. It's definitely not a letdown, but I expected a little bit more, as it's a different plane. I would have hoped that the flight characteristics would be a little bit different compared to the A330, but it gets the job done, guys. It looks amazing, it feels good. I cannot complain too much about it. Would I recommend it? This is a little bit of a 50-50 issue. Do you like how the A340 looks? Then I would say get it. But if you have the A330, it's not quite a necessary of a plane if you ask me. Because they feel quite alike, not too much difference. Only thing is that the reverse thrust looks amazing, in my opinion, on this plane. And it looks just majestic with the 4 engines on it. But that's it, guys. This is a short review, as we have already did a review on the A330. There's not much to talk about this plane. It's another LVFR plane. I love it. You might love it as well. For now, I'm gonna wish you all safe landings and safe flights, and see you guys in another video. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you're new to my channel.